Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Panthers going up against the Rams. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Rams. Now Newton on first down. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Here's Newton, and right away, he lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's fourth down. There's the Panthers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Here's Austin. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And we introduce you to these start. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. To throw on 2nd down is gone. And this is incomplete. He was looking for the tight end Lance Kendricks there. And it's 3rd down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
K'Wan Short came out of Purdue as one of the top-rated defensive tackle prospects. Now he's one of the top-rated NFL players.
He finds Quick. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Here we go now. Green.
Now Goff on 1st down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the safety, Kirk Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right.
That too.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And what about this offense, Charles? Specifically, what about Jonathan Stewart?
He makes sure everything goes. Put the ball in his chest and watch him run. Can run with power inside, but has enough speed that when he gets outside, he can cause a lot of trouble.
Newton. And Dixon over the middle. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. On second down, here's Newton. A dump off here to Stewart. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Benjamin just won 100-yard game this season, Charles. He had 73 on just 2 catches in Week 8.
Didn't need him to the same extent because of their ability to run the football. Jonathan Stewart, if he's running for nearly 100 yards, it does take the pressure off of the passing game, and that is a little bit more like what we saw from Carolina in 2015. Run it first, get big plays out of the passing game, and that's how they beat people. They needed that win because if they want to make a push towards the playoffs, they need to play Carolina Panthers football.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Now Stewart on first down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. On 3rd down, Jonathan Stewart. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Stewart is the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now. Third and 2, Newton. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down. Fourth down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They go back to the air here after the INT. Got his man over the middle. This is Quinn. It goes as a pickup of 23. And the Rams are going to get a first down. On 1st and 10, Goff. He's got Quick. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it'll be first down Rams. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the safety, Kurt Coleman. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On 2nd and 10, Newton. And that is incomplete. The intended target that time is Jonathan Stewart, and it's 3rd down.
So many offenses wanting to put their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Slot man moves right. Now Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now Austin. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find...
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Charles Johnson, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. To throw on 2nd down is Goff. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. Newton on 3rd down. Completes it to Dixon. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Expected red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Stewart is the lone setback. Here's Newton. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And now it's 2nd down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a Los Angeles first down. Gurley again here on first down. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Tackle made by K'Wan Short. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make them, we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Goff turns and gives to Gurley, taken down right around the 41-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
On now is the big leg of Greg Zuerlein. He has hit from as far as 61 away in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
On first down, Newton. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Newton gives off to Stewart. And Stewart lost the football. It's loose. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters. And pump the brakes, Larry. Pump the brakes. We are ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Third and long. It's gone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now following the interception, here's Newton. The intended receiver was Corey Brown, and that'll bring up second down.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
Fresh set of downs here. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
This is Stewart again. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Another run for Stewart. He's been busy. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Trying to punch it in, Stewart. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Stewart, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage.